have a confession that might upset some people. My 20-year therapy habit became a sophisticated form of avoidance. If you're an overthinker like me, therapy can become dangerous after a while because it gives you a great place to intellectualize your problems, but not necessarily a great place to solve them. And we think we're healing because we're excavating, but really we're just decorating the waiting room of our lives. I'm going to be really clear that I'm not anti-therapy. It saved my life, but there's a difference between crisis support and actionable growth. If you've been working on yourself for years, but your life looks the same, then you're not doing the work in therapy. You're actually stuck in a loop. For years, I told my therapist and myself that I wasn't ready yet, that I needed to be more gentle. But for us overthinkers, therapy can become a cover for a weak discomfort muscle. My muscle for doing uncomfortable things was very weak from lack of use. My window of tolerance stayed pretty narrow. And the only way to fix that is to do things before you're ready. My therapist eventually asked me, do you realize that we've had this same exact conversation 4 times now? And it was a huge wake-up call. I was using my therapy sessions as a permission slip to stay in my comfort zone. Understanding why you're on fire doesn't help to put the fire out. We've been told that knowledge is power, but it's not enough. The real power is in evidence. You don't need more breakthroughs in a chair. You need actual real-world evidence that you can do uncomfortable things. Taking up space is messy, and it requires prioritizing yourself first sometimes. It looks like saying, I don't have the capacity for your stuff today. It's the shift from being a mirror for everyone else to becoming the main character in your own evolution. When you stop being the life raft, other people will react. And it's not because they don't love you. They probably do. The truth is they're in survival mode. They've been using you to stay afloat because they don't know how to swim in their own discomfort yet. When you start taking up space, you become inconvenient to people who are committed to staying stuck. It's a grieving process, but it's also an audit. You finally see who's there for the human being and who was really there for the emotional labor. You've spent years understanding your past. Now please give yourself a future. You have to stop being a life raft for people who aren't trying to swim. You have to realize that people aren't going to grow with you just because you're holding space for them. The door is already open. You don't need another breakthrough. You don't need to do any more work. You just need to walk through that door. And it's going to be lonely at first. It's going to be quiet, but at least it's going to be real. If you're watching this, then this was meant to find you today. Stop being a sanctuary and start being a human being who deserves to take up space. Everything you're seeking lies on the other side of doing it scared. If you feel like you've been living with one foot stuck in the door, ready to change, but still stuck in the loop of hesitating and analyzing, you're not alone. You're just exhausted from trying to live a life that you've never experienced. I am so done with overthinking and overanalyzing in my life, and I know that you are too. I can help you bridge the gap between your deepest desires and your daily habits, so you can finally stop overthinking and actually start living. I respect and value your time and energy, so working with me will get straight to the point. We'll cut the excuses, drop the perfectionism, and build a rhythm that's sustainable and actually fits who you are, not what works for someone you saw online. I offer 60-minute strategy sessions to map out your obstacles and build real solutions. I have very limited spots open, so book yours today if you're ready to move. If you're done wasting time and you are ready to finally step into the role of the person that you really want to become, what do you have to lose?